Hello food lovers in YouTube land, welcome to the channel. My name is Mundy. Today I'm very excited because I'm going to be using my brand spanking new Instant Pot to basically invent a recipe for a dear friend of mine. I'll call her TB, and she is a friend, as I mentioned, but she's also been recently diagnosed with something that means she can't actually swallow solid food. So the poor thing is having to have soups. So I said to her, does she like mushrooms? And she said yes. So the challenge is on to make a really lovely creamy mushroom soup that she can actually eat. The other challenges, let's put it that way, is that she is a celiac, so she can't have gluten, and she's also lactose intolerance. So it's going to be a challenge. I'm going to invent something. I'm going to be using this Instant Pot pretty much for the first time. I have actually made brown rice in it, but that's it. So wish me luck. We're going to give it a go. So for the ingredients for the soup, I'm going to make it creamy by using chickpeas. Now these are chickpeas that I have soaked overnight myself. It's about 1 cup of dried chickpeas, soaked overnight, drained and rinsed. We're going to have a small onion that I'm going to dice up finely. I'm going to cheat and use stock cubes. Any sort will do, as long as they, of course, because my friend is lactose intolerant and gluten free, you need to take that into consideration. Or you can use, now actually use this, because I'll show you what I'm going to do in the recipe. I'm going to put use black garlic. Now black garlic is something that I purchased from Costco. It looks like this. It's delicious, but if you don't want to use black garlic, normal garlic will do. I just really like the flavour, and it sort of adds a umami deliciousness, I think, but completely up to you. Naturally, we're going to have a bit of salt and pepper. We're going to have some smoked paprika and some chili powder to add a bit of bite. But most importantly, we're going to use some shiitake mushrooms that have been soaked. Now, I don't know whether you've ever used dried shiitake mushrooms before. Again, I buy these from Costco. The packet looks like this, and I'm not getting any, what's the word? I'm not sponsored, darn it. Anyway, I buy these mushrooms, and it's about just over 1 cup of dried mushrooms. You need to rinse them 2 or 3 times quite well, and then you soak them in a couple of cups of not quite boiling but very hot water, and then it looks like that. I put it into my little Pyrex dish like so, and then I keep them under the water by putting a bowl on top of them. And basically those are the ingredients. Now I'm just going to get them ready, so bear with. So I have drained but kept the liquid from the mushrooms, and I have chopped them. They're not fine. We'll deal with that afterwards, once it's cooked. I have peeled and sliced my black garlic. I wouldn't say finely chopped, but I have chopped my onion. And the other ingredient, of course, is a little bit of good olive oil to actually, fry the things off and start the flavours happening. So those are the ingredients that are all prepped. And now we'll go over to my new fandangly Instant Pot, and hopefully we can figure out how to saute. So here we are using the saute function on my brand spanking new Instant Pot for the first time. I'm going to put in some olive oil, a good drizzle. Let's say a couple of tablespoons to, be slightly more accurate. And then I'm going to add in my chopped onion. I've got no idea how long it takes for this thing to do. But anyway, we're on a bit of a learning curve for both of us. You out there in video land, and me here in my kitchen with a barking dog outside. Never mind. All right, so we'll stir that around a little bit. Now it always helps to get onions to break down is to add a little bit of salt. Now, so let's call it a pinch. Don't want too much because we are going to add those stock cubes in. And while we're at it, let's add the pepper in as well. Waiting. It's got something happening on the front. I'll show you actually, bear with. So this is what the front of the Instant Pot is doing. It's definitely preheating, doing its thing. So that's pretty exciting. Now I could be doing this in a pot on the stove, but A, I wanted to try out my new Instant Pot, and B, I have tried to do dried chickpea things before, soak them, and then you have to cook them for a while, and there have been a couple of occasions where I've forgotten them on the stove and they've run out of water and ended up, you know, being a waste of time and food and a nuisance. So I thought, right, we'll try this in an Instant Pot because we have a beginning, a middle and an end, so it can't burn. Well, that's the theory anyway. We're going to test it out today. Alright, so that's ticking along quite nicely. I'm now going to add in my 2 cloves of black garlic, and I guess this would be the time that if you wanted to use normal garlic, you can. I'm also going to add in the chili powder and smoked paprika. Now both my friend and I are quite accustomed to chili, so I'm going to use not quite a full teaspoon, but you do you, of the chili powder, and probably, oh look, let's do a little bit more, a nice heap teaspoon of the smoked paprika. And this is, yeah, going to add a lovely flavour to it and a little bit of a kick. Because, you know, let's face it, at the moment, the poor thing with her dysphagia is not getting much satisfaction with food at all. Oh, it smells sensational, let me tell you. Now I'm going to add in the drained, keeping the liquid, but chopped mushrooms. And I'm going to add a little bit of the mushroom stock just to be glazed. Hopefully it's not clogging up the camera. See how we go. Now I'm going to add in the Cheats stock cube. Tell you one thing, this saute bit in the front, in the Instant Pot is it's pretty fierce, let me tell you. Right, now we're going to add in the rinsed and drained chickpeas. Seriously, it's about a cup of dry. It's amazing how much it fills up. Now this is going to be a bit of hit and miss here because, like I said, I've not used my Instant Pot before, but my understanding is that it's about 3 to 1. So in my larger Pyrex thing, I'm going to put 3 cups of tap water in. There we go. I'm just going to stir it around. Sorry, the chili is making me cough. So, I'm going to plonk the lid on. It sings at me, which is lovely. And we're going to make sure that it is set to seal. I believe it is. And now we're going to put pressure cooker and we're going to put the time on. And I'm going to do it 35 minutes. And press start. And here we go. Wish me luck. And we're back. The pressure cooker has done its thing for 35 minutes. And now I'm just going to let it do its own natural release. I'm not going to do the quick release because I do believe it will make a horrible mess and that will be no good. It also means that the chickpeas still have a little bit of, you know, extra cooking time, which I think is a good thing since they were dried. And I am going to be plonking it all through the blender, so it doesn't really matter whether it holds its shape or not. So pretty exciting. Looking forward to seeing how this has turned out. All right, confession time. I did a couple of pulses just to make sure that it wasn't going to go everywhere, because that would have been a small disaster for YouTube. But anyway, here we go. So it's blended and it looks like this. It looks, you know, surprisingly like blended mushrooms with chickpeas. There you go. I'm going to test it now and see what I reckon. TB, I think you're going to like it. It has bite. It has depth of flavour. Now for people who are without dysphagia and people who could eat gluten, serve it with some lovely crusty bread and with some parsley sprinkled on the top. It would be delicious. Now remember, it does have a bite because we did put chili and paprika in it. You adjust it to how you think you would like it. But TB, this is what I'm serving you when you come around for dinner. Yes, I approve. Anyway, thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you feel like it, please like, subscribe, you know, all of that. I do have a couple of books that I will link down below that if you wanted to, feel free to check them out. They're on Amazon. The first one is Soup Recipes Worth Keeping, and another one is 30 Plants a Week, because I don't know whether you're aware, but our gut microbiome could do with 30 plants or so a week. So anyway, up to you. I'll leave those in the link in the description below. So thank you again for joining me. Bless you. See you next time. Bye.